And it's hello to Neil Foltz.
Yes, hello, good morning. If you're watching in the UK or wherever in the world you are watching, it's going to be a Vander. This is a different ball game, as we know. And while he's very talented, you just feel this assignment might be something you will learn a lot from. Something you can assume doesn't mean he's a fine player. But we'll see, we'll enjoy it. Both matches terrific. I mean, the other match, Luca Bracell and Zhou also.
Extra edge to the match on table 2.
Cahill was very experienced. He's had wins before against top players. So, in some ways, should he get this win, it would be a bigger shock than any of that.
Underplayed last season, won the International Championship. Made a maximum break in the final, beat Ronnie O'Sullivan on his way. Well, that's a mistake from O'Sullivan, so here's...
Zhou Jinhao, 1.
It's entirely understandable if Zhou gets caught up in the...
Sullivan at this stage of his career, we know that he's the best scorer and break builder the game has ever seen. But we also know that he might just need to show all of his safety skills, of which he has many. A lot of that off the ground. Virtually no form. Played in the Shanghai Masters, was whitewashed 4 years ago. His opponent, Jinhao, who, you know, it is a reminder that it's difficult for overseas players to come to the UK and play and win, and it's difficult. And of course, you might be watching somebody taken with Steve Davis. Steve would never have known what he was seeing close hand that day in those pictures. All the youngsters. Now, the red on the right is in play here. If this safety shot is not struck perfectly, you can hit that red. Sullivan is a master, and he's avoided it. Don't know what sort of form he's in, of course. Played Ding in a series of matches after the championship ended. But we'll get a handle on where his game is at. I know he's been practicing, but you wouldn't expect anything else of him.
Finalist, 7 times champion. Even for O'Sullivan, that was awkward cueing.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those shots, that last one, where you're almost playing from corner to corner.
5 titles, including his 8th UK and 8th Masters.
1.
Well, he likes a plant.
Nine.
Well, he looked a bit starstruck when he was introduced. Let's see if he can just put all that aside. It's quite a nice start he's made. Big shot, this. Nowhere near it, unfortunately. That was a moment there early in this match.
Zhou Jinhao, 17. 1.
The table.
Conditions were immaculate yesterday.
Ronnie O'Sullivan.
We had as well to move to 998 for his career.
Rather the scruffy start to this match. O'Sullivan will be eyeing up behind the yellow here. There's a little bit too much on it. It's very inviting with
1.
Has to judge the pace of this right and then take. Excellent. Very good.
That was another good pot. Something else.
As a player, you know, you can see that
$25. $33. Zhou,
well,
Jinhao.
that'll do that. So it's a little tough for the Rocket. He's left. I like the way he played that. He committed fully to the gently, saying his big height, you know, his backswing is long,
9.
and he's clearly talented. So I mean, there you saw the backswing right the way back to his bridge hand. Fabulous shot.
16.
Yes, it's been scrappy,
Zhou, Jinhao, 16. Frame conceded.
but that will have settled him down extremely well. Just the tonic for Zhou Jinhao. What a start. The national championship winner from last season. First to 6 to go through. We'll bring you later between Ding Junhui and Ali Carter. Big prize money here, of course, in Shanghai. The winner will collect £210,000, 24 at the outset. Formerly a ranking event. Slightly rueful smile from Zhou as he went for the long red, didn't get too close.
And reactive cloths. And that's something Gussie will learn. There is no need. Might prove cost.
9. $17. $25.
It could go into the bunch, but playing on the loose one, the Reds are sort of protecting each other on that left side, so he has overhit though. Yeah, I mean, I find those shots always very difficult. His bridge hand was very close to that red. I've done it myself. And that's why he ended up out of position. A couple of little things.
O'Sullivan's only real disappointment last season was his quarter-final exit at the World Championship when he was looking to make it match. 13-10 he lost. Aside from that, it was, even by his standards, an
1.
and Zhou
got this. Very difficult to middle. Yeah, and wouldn't that have opened the door had it gone in, but it was the right shot. He just had to get it, basically.
1. $9.
Waste the opportunity when it came. And there's a bit more to do.
31.
So this red for one each.
38.
Round ball. So, a couple of fairly open frames, let's say. A chance to have come
40.
for either this match. Sullivan is a massive favourite, so for the first two frames to be shared, it kind of makes the match a little more interesting than it might have favoured to win it. Based on everything we know, that a talent alone will be enough. Seems unlikely,
48.
but the match score is 1-1.
On his second Shanghai Masters in 2017, which was his 30th ranking title, Hawkins. And then, of course, last year when it returned to the calendar after a fall, Luca Brissell.
$60. 63. 67. 71. 2, correction. 70.
Ronnie O'Sullivan clears this off. Frame 3 of a possible 11. First to 6 to go through. The winner to play ding or card.
Things going potentially. Well, of course, Ronnie O'Sullivan can win if it's an open match as well, but he might not want to play into the hands of. He tried to avoid the double kiss there with a bit.
1.
Creep in, but he didn't get very close to it. I think it's very, very tight anyway.
Zhou Jinhao.
So it's quite a weak shot that he played, was pretty much an unforced error.
1.
$1.2 million and change, one on the table.
Yeah, I mean, he won here, didn't he, to start? Happen very often for a player leading into the Worlds.
1.
Brilliant shot. Of course, O'Sullivan also
To win all three so-called triple crowns in a single season, which very much looked on before Stuart Bingham had other ideas in the last 8. That's a good pot.
He's quite impressed campaign. It's going to be work in progress.
14. 20.
Well,
Zhou Jinhao.
that will
20.
disappoint him because
He won't like what he sees. It's almost, he didn't quite have the angle to stun off the cushion, so you almost automatically hit a wider.
Eight. $13. 14.
Here. stunning the cue ball round and up the table. It's a nice shot, that, because the edge of the reds could have been in the way. Doesn't want to go in behind the black. That would be one of the three up the top of the table. So he'd be annoyed there. The cue ball ran, but it did. Don't suppose he ever thought it was going to finish in behind the black, but that's what happened. Well, he made contact, very thin contact that it was. It just almost wavered, didn't it? That very important. Sullivan playing a safety. Long pot, shot to nothing. To flash here, find out more about his opponent.
Foul.
Predicament that he was in, 21 behind. The frame's still up for grabs, although Sullivan might keep him at long range here. That's another good safety. Well, that's a fantastic putt. By any standards, terrific. Which means it's not something you'll need. But of course, if the black was on its spot, the bottom red...
No problems this time, and what a red it was to get in, and given the state of the table, decent chance. He's run a bit.
Oh my goodness, what a shot! Well, I mean, I can't think of
Sullivan's reaction.
Well, he can pot a ball. The more I see of him, the more I realise his cue ball is loose, but he's...
Keep it going, get himself 2-1 in front.
Yeah, further example. But that's a good safety shot, that's well played.
Jinhao, 17.
Shame the cue ball...
Foul. And a miss.
Well, black first.
Jinhao, 7.
What do you do here? I think... Oh, yes, he can. So... he's going to take a good shot here.
7.
Oh, wow. What a shot that is. This is... Talking about it for a little while.
9.
And that is not so good. So there's a mixed bag here.
Positional shot away from winning it. And now he's missed the green. Where's the cue ball going to end up? Not a free ball, surely.
9. Ronnie
And Snooker himself.
Well, I think what happened was, he, instead of putting a sloppy shot on the back of a couple of brilliant ones, that's probably what you're going to get from a youngster.
10.
All part of the vertiginous learning curve at this stage of the 16-year-old's career. But then an error has proved very expensive, and Ronnie O'Sullivan mops up to the pink. They'll feature later. We'll bring you that match. Judd Trump is playing Mark Williams in that session. The winner of that one will play the winner of the match on table 2 at the moment, Luca Brissell, to move back in front.
It's very much a mixed bag, isn't it? So finna come unstuck, which, let's be honest, is a completely inexperienced.
Nine. 17.
Almost wave.
25.
Black's chance to develop the reds in the centre of the table.
30. 40. 48. 56.
From Zhou Jinhao,
63.
which brought this about, and the very best the game has to offer. But you could understand how someone like Zhou would be.
70.
And the thing about Ronnie O'Sullivan is when he gets the chance.
7.
So fluent. Well, he may have got a heavy contact there. Doesn't matter though. There's only 59 left. A couple of fluent breaks from him, but Zhou Jinhao could easily have shared that quartet of frames. First to 6 to go through, of course.
Quite incredible long pots, because you may just be waking up if you're watching from the UK and not seeing the start. But he's a 16-year-old who's done very little except for win a match. He isn't, and O'Sullivan, not unexpectedly, has got this match sort of much in his place without any fear, it appears.
Foul.
That's a good safety shot, that really is, from there. That's the best we've seen today.
Something I think he honed in that period that he was working with the great Ray Reardon, who showed him another.
But he has made a mistake, so Zhou has taken the advantage. Some of these in off. Well, he was.
Zhou Wei's actually pinched that fourth frame on the final black against Luca Brissell. A superb rest shot on the final pink, very thin cut.
We're getting the black.
9. 17.
Stay on the black spot here if he wants to. But again, he'll go up
25.
immediately to eye up the pink, although seen the possible plant in there also, which will come in very handy.
32.
Shouldn't really have had to play from there. Look at that for a shot. That is a stunning positional shot from where he was.
About conditions or kicks,
46.
whether the table's sluggish or it's a challenge that he embraces, enjoys.
It's a strange one, isn't it? You tend to hear players complain if the table's sluggish or slow, but if the ball's never stopped rolling, it's Makes it difficult positionally. But as you say, O'Sullivan
62.
tends not to get embroiled in all that.
And 78 before the interval.
70.
And another meaty contribution here. Zhou of excellence from him, a couple of breathtaking pots, but the early stages of his snooker journey. And Ronnie O'Sullivan, who may in theory becoming rivals anything he's ever produced. 5 big titles last season. He's not thrilled with that one,
85,
but 85 more than enough to account for frame do. 4-1 behind to the great Ronnie O'Sullivan. First to 6, of course, to go through to the quarterfinals here.
Yeah, it was early opportunity. I think if he's going to play it, he probably needed to play it twice the speed of that, and it's put the wind up him a little bit, quite honestly. Some of the shots he's played. I said again, if you are just tuning into this match, you have spots that he had no right to even go for, and he knocked them in. Got himself to a position of 1-all. Should easily have been 2-1 up. He just made.
Well, there's an example of what Neil was. There's a lot to work with this young man's game. That's very evident.
Well, there is. There's raw talent there, isn't there?
8.
Played that well. He's not quite on the red, but again.
16.
Yeah. You've got a choice of reds. It's okay. Any other red he could play.
19.
Not bad. He'll have to use the bunch of reds here. Ah, lovely. Really nice shot. Shows a little bit of class. And then he misses that one after all of that.
It's going nicely there. Made a break of 76 on his way to that stunning victory over Zhang Anda.
Eight. $16.
Just screwed right through the bunch. Big building and scoring, it's so instinctive to him. Learned it at a very early age. Was an extraordinary talent. So it's not as if anything new in that.
When he was 17, still the
31.
youngest ever ranking event winner, O'Sullivan, but to win the UK 30 years and change later, to be doing what he's doing, having just won longevity of O'Sullivan, going for his 80th professional title this week in Shanghai.
38.
Shot than it first looked.
45.
Just getting to grips with conditions of which they are absolutely super responsive.
$52. 53.
So another red required. A colour to follow it will be very handy.
So it's going to be 5-1, which is a scoreline that would...
Yeah, that's true. It doesn't tell the full story, does it, 5-1? It tells you that you're seeing, you know, a masked Zhou. You know, he looks a real talent,
76.
although he's kind of been there, transferred to anything else, but it's been quite interesting to watch him play. He's very talented
79.
and extremely... yet a long way from it, but you'll learn a lot from this match, win or lose.
A break of 79 when Michael Holt beat him. Yes, the tournament wasn't staged for 4 years, but he's going for his 5th in a row, his 6th in all. He has absolutely dominated this tournament. The aforementioned Ding Junhui, the only other multiple winner of this event, and that's left O'Sullivan. It's another missed opportunity though, and he's had quite a few to have made this. But that's another excellent pot. And another. Maintain concentration and make something sizable.
7.
Clearly he's going to have to. Playing on the loose one. Yeah.
Zhou Jinhao. 12.
Missed a few with the rest today.
Well, there wasn't a great deal he could do there, but play the... Well, he didn't play that, that is for sure. He certainly wouldn't have played... No, not this time. He's the definition of a raw talent, I think. You think of O'Sullivan's career, he's seen most of it, and if not all of it. He's done it all. Incidentally, I think Stephen Hendry's in Shanghai at the moment. I saw on his...
5.
In the near future.
$13. $21. $29.
There is a long way for him to go, but there is something that's very likeable about when here in Shanghai again. Michael Holt was the last player to beat him, and that goes back a long way.
37.
Obviously the pandemic meant we didn't have this event for so many years. But they always wanted the old school draw where now, to ensure that,
45.
it became this prestigious invitational, which is almost the Chinese version of the former player of the points difference. That is for the players to work out.
53.
It's been very efficient from Ronnie O'Sullivan. Has the 8.79 and now what looks likely to be a match-winning contribution here.
60.
Yeah, I mean, Ding Junhui, he's probably just finding his feet. He'll still be the man to beat in this
60.
Shanghai Masters. Zhou carrying penalty points, never mind go any further with it. Maybe he's run his race.
Has been. But that's the thing about taking on a great like O'Sullivan. If you don't make the most of your opportunities, you're going to be punished, as he has been regular in the rounds ahead. In the meantime, as the red drops in, although the frame was challenging quarter-final match with either Ding Junhui or Ali Carter, who do battle later.
Ronnie O'Sullivan, 8.
It's all over. Zhou Jinhao showed a lot of potential.